Welcome to Jacuzzi Time with Mikey Jacuzzi. It's been a rough day for me so far. Not even sure why. Not even sure why. I just have these days where my mind is like lost. You know, I went over to St. Clairsville today and I got my Starbucks. So you think it would be a good day. But I kept listening to two songs that I was listening to with the kids 2 weeks ago when I took them hiking to Fitzgerald Falls and Bear King Mountain. 7 Years by Lucas Graham and Lost Boy by Ruth B. And I listened to those songs on repeat more than a couple times with them in the car, and they were starting to get sick of it. But it's like listening to them sing it and stuff, it just touches my heart so much. And the whole time I was listening to it today, I was just crying because I miss them already. You know, I'm back home and I don't know where it feels like home anymore, honestly. My mind is just so far gone. I had 2 great weeks in New York, and being back here, it's, you know, I had to come somewhere today, and I'm kind of in heaven right now. At least it feels like heaven for me, because I'm with the one person that I miss. Decided to come up and see Dad today and talk to him and hopefully clear my mind a little bit. It's when you miss those people that you love so much and they're not around anymore. It hurts. It hurts a lot. You know, I'm just trying to tell myself, just hold it in together, hold it in, and just be thankful he's in a better place. And sometimes I really wish I was in that better place too. But then I think about, you know, my family coming to see me buried in the ground somewhere. I don't want them to suffer through that. I don't want anybody to suffer for me at all. I try to be a good person. I really do. But sometimes I don't feel like I am. And I don't know why. I don't do anything to hurt anybody. I don't do anything to cause people pain. I just want to be loved by everybody. That's all I want in this world is love. And I know my family loves me to death. And I'm so thankful for everyone in my family for always being there for me. I just wish my dad was here. You know, there's There's not a lot anybody can do for me. There's really not. But pray and love me. That's all. That's all I want from people. Prayers to get me through this tough time that I'm going through. I need to get back to work. I need somebody to call me and say, I got a job for you. Because I hate living like this. You know, as I was traveling home yesterday, I got on my Meadows account and saw that I had some free play, so I made a detour on my way home and stopped there and actually won like $1,400. So I don't know if somebody was looking down on me or what, but if you were, thank you so much, because every bit helps me right now. You know, I'm trying to figure out how far I can get in life with what I got, and you know, May 15th is like it's like my closing day. Because by then I don't know. I'll be late on. I'll be late on some bills more than 30 days, and then my credit will be shot. So I'm trying everything I can to survive till then and hope that this deal goes through or something happens with work. I'm definitely calling my boss today and seeing if we got anything coming up, because I need something bad. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard in McMacken. Just, I don't know. I love it because most of my family's there. But I hate it because it's just such a depressing place for me. I shouldn't feel like that, because the love that I have in that town is between my aunts and uncles and brothers. But I miss those days when I could go see my dad. Or just call him up after a Steeler game and talk to him. But I completely understand why he called it quits. Why he had enough. Because he's a lot stronger than I am. You know, to live that long with diabetes and go to the hospital and go to dialysis 3 times a week. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. You know, when I found out I was diabetic, I lost all this weight and stuff. And just because I know that if I was ever in that situation, that would be the end of me. because I'm not going to go to a hospital 3 times a week and get treatments to survive when, you know, it just, I wouldn't feel like I'm living, you know, when you have to go somewhere that often and get treatments just to survive. It's like, I give my dad props for going through it as long as he did. I wish I was more like him, because everybody loved him. Every, he did so much for so many people in his life, you know, like thinking back to, you know, when he passed, and everybody that stopped by the funeral home and talked and gave their condolences, and it was a tough time. It was a very tough time. And I'll never forget being up here when they shot the rifles. I'll never forget that. I have so much love for the greatest guy that walked this earth, and that was my dad. By far. Not to take anything away from anybody else, you know, because, you know, a lot of great men have passed through my life. My pap, a lot of people. But my dad, everything that he sacrificed, everything that he did for us when we were kids, taking us camping, taking me fishing, taking me hunting, you know, living out on Birch Ridge in Proctor, West Virginia. I still remember going hunting with him. I still remember him letting me drive the tractor and cut the grass. Going to camp. I love you, Dad. I miss you. I miss you so much. It's today is it's one of those days for me, I guess. Just can't hold anything together. But just watching the clouds roll through and feeling the sun every once in a while, feeling the wind. There's always a breeze up here. It's almost like Dad is just kind of trying to tell us that he's still here with us. you know, spending time up in New York with my mom this last 2 weeks was really awesome. And we talked about Dad. And I know she still feels him with us. She smells his cologne all the time. You know, I try to think back when he passed away, and you know, I took a week off from work, and M3 actually paid me for the whole week. And the project manager, his name is Cole. That was one of the most special things anybody's ever done for me. Because, you know, when you go a week without work and you don't get paid, it's tough. But he said bill is normal, and I'll never forget that. But that whole month, I think the next 2 or 3 months, every single day driving to and from work, I'd have the radio on and I would just cry. I still cry to this day, and it's been how many years? It'll be 3 years at the end of this month. It's like, I guess you never get over that pain of losing somebody that was so important in your life. It's kind of crazy how life is, I guess. You know, you go through ups and downs, and the strong will survive. Until they give up. I don't think I'm that strong. I've got so much love in my heart for everybody. But I don't feel like I'm a strong man. Because I don't know. But it's only fitting I've got the clouds in the background, because I know Dad's somewhere up there in heaven. And I know He's watching out for us. I was thinking a lot on my travels, you know, on all these hikes that I was going on. It's like, what happens to us when we die? What really, really happens to us? And the only thing I can think of is that we live in people's memories. But what happens when those people die? And yes, I'm leaving my sunglasses on today because I don't need people to see me like this. So why do I make a post? You know, I was thinking about that. It's like, why even make a post? But it's like, I don't do it for people now. I do it for people when I'm gone. Because there's got to be a story about my life. There's got to be reminders of me so people won't forget. I don't want people to forget about me when I'm gone. Not saying I'm going anywhere anytime soon, but it's day to day. You never know what's going to happen in your life. You know, I had a good night last night, and that tacked on an extra week of my life. As much as I hate saying that, it gave me life for another week. It's crazy that money can do that to somebody. Because life isn't about money. Life is about experiences and loving people. But I just want these financial burdens of mine to go away so I can live, because I can't live with that burden. I know money doesn't solve everybody's problems, and people say money's not everything. But I almost have to disagree on that one, because in my opinion, if I have money, I can live. But once I run out of money, it's like I'm not gonna burden anybody. I'm not gonna do it. If I can't support myself, and you know, just wish I had enough money to pay off all my debt and start over and be like, you know, I've learned so many things in the last couple months not working and, you know, trying to survive with a little bit of money. Certain things in life I have to have. I have to have my Starbucks. As crazy as that is for people to believe, it's amazing what one drink can do for you. You know, I've had so many experiences since my dad passed that I wish I could share with him. You know, I think one of the hardest was when I got engaged to Haley. Because I know he adored her. And I cried a lot about that. It's like, just wanted to be able to share that with him. That me, the guy who was probably never going to get married, was finally engaged. But I guess it's better that he wasn't around for it because it didn't work out. I wish things would have been different. I really do. It sucks when you lose people that you love. It really does. Whether in death or in a failed relationship. You think back to all those wonderful times. Yeah. One day I'll go through the engagement part, but for now this is about my dad and what a great man he was. He would do anything for anyone. He was Mr. Fix It. He could fix anything. You know, he used to, I always wanted to help him out with stuff, but you know, when it came to vehicles and changing tires, oil and stuff like that, I'm not a tool man at all. And my mom was telling me that she still remembered the time when I was helping Dad with an oil change, and I told Dad, I said, I'm gonna make enough money to where I can pay somebody to change my oil. And I've lived up to that. I have. I've never done an oil change in, oh God, I don't even know how long. Probably would have saved myself a lot of money if I could have. I'm just not. Uh, as many times as I've nicked my fingers and, you know, trying to turn a wrench and stuff like that inside a vehicle, and, you know, I couldn't do it anymore. I had enough. My fingers are delicate. But it was still neat watching him do stuff like that. I'll hand you the wrench, Dad. You do the work. God, I miss that man. I miss him so much. I guess for anybody out there, you know, if you haven't lost somebody close to you yet, if you haven't lost a parent, cherish every moment you can. Because you can never get that back. Once they're gone, you can never get that back. You know, I have a lot of regret just moving away. You know, but I found my way back. found my way back. But I'm really ready for my next journey, whichever that may be. Whether it's a journey to a new land, new state to work, whether it's that journey to the skies above. I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. I don't want to sound negative. I don't want to sound like I'm nuts. I know I am, in a way. Don't ask me why. I don't know why my mind works like it does at times. Why I have to, I don't know. I don't want to say hurt people that I love because I try not to, but I think about some of my failed relationships and I didn't always treat them the best, after it was over. And for that, I'm sorry. I wish things would have worked out. I do. Well, this post is a little bit longer than I was expecting. Not really, but it's longer than what I wanted it to be. So for anybody that suffered through this, thank you. I don't want sympathy though. I don't want anything but love. I just want love from people. And prayers, lots of prayers. Because I need them. That's one of the things I asked the kids when I was leaving. I said, just pray for me. Just pray things work out so I can come back and see you. And I think that's why when I hear those two songs, I just break down and cry. Because I need to see them again. I want to see them grow up and live their life. I want to be a part of that. But some days I just don't know. Some days I just don't know if I can. And that's hard. It's definitely hard when you feel the way that I do at times. You don't know where your mind's going to be, and you don't know what it wants to do. I sent those letters to Dr. Phil and to Ellen, and no response. Those were heartfelt letters. It's like, other than family, does anybody care? Other than family and friends of your life, does anybody really care about you? Because if I got a letter like that from somebody, I would absolutely be calling them just to check up on them. I don't care if they don't bring me on the show or whatever, my story's not that great. I'm just an average guy living in this world. I don't claim to be anything. Well, maybe I do claim to be stuff. I'm a traveler and a hiker and whatever else you want to call me. Pretty damn good project manager when I'm working. Pretty good negotiator. But it's like my talents are just being wasted right now. I guess that's why I went on hikes as much as I did last week, the last 2 weeks, because at least it's something that I felt like I could do, you know? But anyway, it's getting windy and I'm sure you guys are having problems trying to hear this. But just want to say, Dad, I love you and miss you a ton. You know, and I always hope he's proud of me. You know, I think about that more than anything. You know, it's like sometimes you question, it's like, well, how much does somebody love you? And I've never questioned that about my dad or my family or anything like that. But it was always like, are they proud of me? That's what I wanted. It's what I wanted in my life. I wanted people to be proud of the person that I became because of the influences that they had on me. And I really hope he was. I'm sure he was. Everybody tells me he was. That last day I got to see him was, oh, it was hard. But I try not to think about him like that. But it bothers me. It bothers me that people have to suffer that much before they leave this earth. I don't want to suffer. I just want to go peacefully away in the night. That's all I can hope for. So if I'm ever in an accident, pull the plug on my ass, please. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to be anything but the person that I am right now. And if I can't be that person, then I don't need to be here. So I understand why people feel like their time is now. Not that suicide is an answer, because it's not. You just tear up the people that love you the most when you do stuff like that. And I hope it never comes down to that for me. But I make no promises, and that's why I tell everybody that one day I probably will. Not that I want to. Why would I want to leave this, you know? This earth is so beautiful. And you know, but some days your mind just takes you into places where it doesn't need to go. know I would let a lot of people down, and a lot of people would be mad if I did that. And I would expect you to be. But that's why I'm honest and open about everything in my life. I have no reason to hide anything, and I don't want to hide my feelings, and I don't want to hide what's going on in my mind. That's why I love being Mikey Jacuzzi, because I can say whatever I want, and people either listen or they won't, but at least I'm getting it off my mind. Sometimes you just can't talk to people about this. But for anybody out there that's struggling, you got a friend in me. Send me a message, send me a Facebook request, whatever. I'll always be here to help somebody in need. Because I know there's plenty of people willing to help me. But we're pushing almost 45 minutes. So I just want you guys to remember my dad, and don't feel sympathy for me. Just be there for me, just love me. That's all I want. That's all I want. And I'll probably watch this 10 times before I decide to post it. If I decide to post it. I may not. I don't know. I'm not doing this because I want people's sympathy or pity or anything. The reasons I do what I do, when I post my photos, when I post everything, it's because I'm not going to be around forever. That's a fact. And I really want people to see my stories, see where I've been and what I've done, and for even for the people that don't know me, that will see my photos online and be like, wow, this is a cool place, I want to go check it out. If I can be an inspiration to people out in this world, that would suit me just fine. So I'm okay. I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. Today's been a rough day, but just doing this post, I feel 100 times better. I feel like the tears are gone, and I've been crying for an hour and a half before I even started this. It's just been one of those kind of days for me, an emotional day. And I don't really know why. But I feel much better now. So thanks, Dad. I'm sure you had something to do with that. So to anybody in this world, I'm sitting here next to my hero, my dad. To me, the greatest guy that walked this earth. That I still love so much. And I can only hope to be half the man that he was while he was here. Well, I'm gonna move over here just so you guys can see the other. U.S. Navy. I could have never joined the armed forces. I give my dad a lot of credit for that too, because I wasn't one to take orders from people unless it was work. But I do thank all those people out there that serve to make guys like me have this free life that we live in. Definitely appreciate it. Well, I'm not hiking today, but this is where my dad's buried, on the top of this mountain, overlooking I-70 and I-470 in West Virginia, in Wheeling. You know, every time I go up I-470, I look over this way and I end up crying halfway up the hill. 3 out of 4 times. It's probably down to 2 out of 4 now. You know, I guess I'm slowly healing. Well, guys, thank you for putting up with this post. I appreciate and love all of you. And I just ask for your love and your prayers to help me continue my journey, because I sure need them. So, I'll see you guys next time.